world. It's like one time I saw one of your web pages. I'm like, serious? How cool is that? And I was like, and we started kind of talking about stuff. And I said, how about this, dude? I'm going to give you my phone number right now. And if you can remember it, I want you to call me in 60 days from now. And if you remember it, I'm going to invite you to my next high ticket training program. And he's like, all right. So I told him my phone number. He remembered it. And 2 months later, sure enough, he called me. It was awesome. So I can't remember his name right now, but that's who that is. Howard Berg's the world's fastest reader. He's the one that taught me and my team how to do speed reading, memory retention. There's this guy named Jim Muckle. He does mind mapping, which is really cool for like retention, for creating products and stuff. So probably have Jim be a cool person to do. Let's see. Yeah, that probably be the core things. Again, I would flesh that out more, but see, I've got like, here's the core of the module. And then what are things inside? I want to teach speed reading. I want to teach memory retention, mind mapping. Here's some people who are probably better experts than me at that individual topic. So I might grab them to do some stuff inside. I'm not sure yet, but just kind of putting those names down, right? Okay, next is like energy hacking. So this is like how, like yesterday, for example, guys, I did a 7.5 hour webinar. And at the end of it, I felt awesome. Like I had so much energy and I wasn't tired. I hadn't eaten anything. Like I still felt good. And I most people don't understand that. So energy hacking, like the parts of that are like, a lot of it is diet related. So understanding fats and diet. So people like Dave Asprey would be really cool to have on that one. As part of a training. Okay. Supplementation is really cool. Also like hormone optimization or hormone optimization. So these are all things that I would want to take someone through. And some of you guys, this is probably exciting for you guys. Some of you guys are like, life hacking is boring to me. But for me, it's really exciting. And so that's why I want to create a product about it. But these are like all things that I went through on my journey to learn this stuff. Module number 2 is energy hacking. Okay. And then, so my hormone optimization, there's a guy named Caleb, who is awesome. Probably bring him on. Supplementations, Caleb's really good at that too, so I might combine those. So I'll do both. Okay, so there's module number 2, and again, I'd flesh that out more, but understanding the fats is big. Oh, I think understanding juicing is huge. It's been huge for me as well. Juicing, which is Drew. Drew would be my juicing guy. Let's see. Okay, so there's module number 2, right? Now I'm gonna go module number 3. So energy hacking. So next I'd probably do is like, so someone to be successful in all these areas I want to focus on, they got to learn how to read fast, and they got to increase their energy. Then the next thing is they gotta understand like how to make money. So because most of them right now are making money, so I definitely have some kind of system for making money there. So let's say we call it I'll call it expert secrets because I have nothing else to think of right now. Expert secrets. This is more like something I'm really good at, so I could just do all this one. It's Russell stuff. Cool. All right, now module number 4. Number 4 would be the next thing, right? And I just keep going through here, you guys. And like, so typically I like doing like 6 module courses. Module number 6. And there's a couple reasons why. One of them is, in the past, I've done trainings that were like 20 modules because I'm like, I need all these things in there. And usually by like module 6, I want to kill myself. And so I try to bulk them together, make them like 6 things. Also, like a lot of people do four modules, but the problem with 4 modules is usually if you sell something, you're gonna have like a 30-day guarantee. And so if you unlock a new module each week, I don't want them after 4 weeks be like, sweet, I got all the goods, and then canceling. I want to push them through the rebill. Or through the refund period, and so I want them to still want those last 2 modules, and so that's why I usually do 6. I think Liz did 6 for her webinar as well, if I remember right. Okay. All right. So anyway, so I would go through this. So pick 6, and again, top of my head, I don't have the other ones right now, but you see, I'm going. For someone to really life hack themselves and get to the point where they're feeling great, they look great. They're smarter, their energy's up, all these different things. Like what would be the process I take someone through? And this is what I would do. Step 1, I get them to read fast, help them retain more, and help them learn how to mind map. That'd be the first thing to really hack their life. Number 2, they got to have more energy. Most people are so like lethargic, they can't even stand up. Boom. So that'd be the next one. Then they need more money. Then they need more energy, or more, maybe it's diet or exercise, whatever the next piece is, right? And I would finish out all 6. Okay. Does that make sense to you guys? That's how I create my system outline. And if you guys have not done this yet, this is like one of the most important things. And definitely spend some time tonight or tomorrow, start mapping this thing out, because as soon as you have this is the foundation where everything else comes off of. Okay. Now, what I like doing after I kind of, after I map this whole thing out, is I like giving everything kind of a title. So instead of just module 1 speed reading, I like being speed learning, I change it to how to double your learning in a weekend. Now I don't know if that topic is, or that title is even any good at all. It probably is horrible. In fact, I'm sure I would change that, but just for really quick, right? How to. Okay. Module number 2 now, how to. So how to I can't even think right now. Double your energy, or let's say how to never be hungry, lose weight, and increase energy. Now I'll probably title this one like energy, energy hacking. Boom. So now it's number 2. But see how I'm trying, like each of these modules, I'm trying to turn it into a how-to, and I'll explain why here in a second. But I'm trying to turn each one into a how-to. And there's a lot of reasons behind that, but one of the main reasons is because how-to stuff just works. People want to learn how to do stuff. That's what we're selling you, right? You're an expert teaching somebody how to do something. So how-to is like the key to this, right? And so that's the first step in this process that I want you guys to understand, is it's got to be something how-to related, all right? And so that's how that's going to be. And then each of these, I'd even dig deeper, make this how to double your reading, how to increase your memory retention, how to, and I'm going to go through that whole thing and try to make all these things, as many as possible, into how-tos. Okay. And the main reason why, you guys, is right now what I'm helping you guys build out is kind of like your flagship product, right? A product you can sell for anywhere from $500 to $1,000 or more. Okay. And so what I'm doing with this is I'm kind of teaching my entire system, right? This entire thing becomes my system. Okay. And that's, again, what the focus of this training is going to be. But as you guys kind of progress with us and the stuff that we're doing, you see that the other things I'm going to be teaching you guys is eventually I'm going to want more funnels than just a webinar funnel. Maybe I want like a funnel to get new customers in. So I might make a funnel that all it is a product that's teaching you how to double your learning in a weekend. That might be one product with a product and upsell and down. So that might be one funnel that I create. And this one right here might be one funnel I create. Okay, so I want to be able to take my system and I break it out and use it in a lot of different ways. Okay, for example, for those of you guys who are in my $25,000 group, you know that my whole .com secret system, it's kind of like, it's this big, huge system, right? We do workshops every 3 or 4 months, kind of walking through the system, the next part and the next part. And I can spend like, days teaching the entire system, but then I break out just specific parts. Like, for example, at our last workshop, I did a 2-hour presentation on expert secrets, where now I'm coming in, we're doing a 4 or 5 or 6 hour long presentation on expert secrets, where I'm diving in a lot more depth and a lot more detail, and I can sell it separately. Okay, because if you want my entire .com secret system, it costs $25,000. That's what we charge for it, right? But if you want expert secrets, I'm going to give you guys a smaller piece of that, because I want to give you guys a result. I want you to go through here, have a result like Liz, make a bunch of money, and then hopefully, if I do this right, you're going to want more stuff from me. Okay, if you guys become, launch your expert business, you start doing webinars, in your first month, you do what Liz did and do 35 sales at $1,000 a pop, you made 35 grand, and all of a sudden you're, hey, Russell did this for me in the last 2 months. What if I joined his $25,000 program? What could he do? You're probably going to want to give me more money. Okay, so that's kind of this process is when your system is done, you can go back and long term, again, this is not immediately, but long term, I can take each of these pieces and create new products, new services, and things that I can also sell people to get people into my funnels, get people into my business, give them a result, and that'll then help them to ascend up to my other products and my other services. Okay, and we'll go into deeper that here in a little bit as we kind of map it out with you guys. But that's why it's important to have these how-to titles, because someday I may sell this just as its own thing. And so if it's just like energy hacking, that's hard to sell. If it's energy hacking, how to never be hungry, lower, anyway, whatever it ends up being, right? Okay, so anyway, that's kind of a rant. that's more long-term thinking. But for right now, your system just needs to be complete like this. Again, we're creating one product out of your entire system, but in the future, we are going to splinter this off into different funnels and different things. Okay. All right. Mike said that I'm effing awesome. Thank you, Mike. I appreciate that. All right. Back to the presentation. All right. So table of contents. And from that table of contents is where we're creating your flagship product. Okay. Does that make sense, you guys? That's kind of the goal here. All right. Let me see something real quick. All right, cool. So we're about 2 hours in, you guys. We're doing good. We're about where I wanted to be at this time, so that's good. I want to show you guys a couple more things, and then we might take a quick little break. So what I want to show you guys is I want to show you how, like, because there's the conceptual of me mapping this thing out, right? And then I'm like, now I've got this thing mapped out, right? I've got the system created. Like, how do I turn this into something people are going to buy? So there's a lot of ways to do it, right? There's a lot of ways to turn each of these ideas, this concept of what you're teaching into content, right? Into something that people are going to pay for. Probably the easiest way is going and creating a presentation for each of these, kind of like what I'm doing right now, right? Expert secrets. You guys are seeing me kind of do this live on the fly, right? I've got PowerPoints, I've got handouts, I've got videos I'm showing you, teaching this piece, right? Teaching this module. I remember when I first was trying to figure out how to create products, one of my friends, David Fry, he was telling me that he had a bulldog training product. And he said that he didn't know anything about bulldogs. He just knew that bulldog training was a hot market and he wanted to be in that market. So he's like, so I came back and what I did is, he's like, I went and I bought 5 or 6 books on bulldog training. Okay. Kind of like I told you guys before, right? And he said, I took these 5 books and I hired somebody to go and take these 5 books and read all of them. So they'd read all the books. He said, from all the information you learn from all 5 or 6 of these books, I want you to create a bulldog training system. And I want you to basically create a system outline, create a table of contents like I showed you guys here. Create a table of contents and said, then I want you, and this is the person you outsource this to, then I want you to go take that and turn each of those things into a PowerPoint slide. And then in the PowerPoint slide, I want you to have speaker notes that kind of explains the core concept of that slide. Okay? And so we just hired somebody to do that. Now, maybe I'll share this with you guys. If you don't know how to do that, there's a couple really good sites where you can literally for pennies, for $2 or $3 an hour, you can find somebody who's got a PhD in English, who lives in Romania, who can research and create your entire system outline for you and turn it into PowerPoint slides, whatever it is you want to do. Or you can take your own system outline and make them go and find graphics and images and create an entire PowerPoint slide. But what Odesk is, it's kind of like 99 Designs, but instead of me just going and posting logos, I can post a project and say, look, I am trying to create a presentation on how to train a dog. I got five dog training books. I want you to read all 5 of these books. I want you to create a 200 PowerPoint slide outline with images going through a system, and I want speaker notes in each one because I don't really know what you're talking about, but I'm going to be the one creating this product, and I'm willing to pay $200 for it. And you post that, and you'll get people from all around the world, from Romania, from India, from Philippines, from America, from Canada, from Mexico, all bidding on this. And one person will say, I'll do it for $1,000. Next person says, I'll do it for $500. I'll do it for $200. I'll do it for $100. Okay, this is how I got my very first software product ever created. I went to a site. It actually just got bought by Freelancer. Freelancer is another one. I use Freelancer and Odesk a lot, both of these 2 sites. But I posted, I said, here's this idea I have for a product. And actually earlier what I did is, so I had the idea for this product. It was a software product. And I thought it was going to be really, really cool. So I went to Google. I typed in like hire a programmer or something. And I found this company and I told them the idea. I said, how much would it cost? And they gave me a quote. They said, it costs $5,000 for us to build that. I was like, $5,000? Like at the time, my wife and I were making about $12,000 a year. So I was like, that's half my salary, half of our entire money for my little idea that I had no idea if it was gonna work. I was like, well, I can't afford $5,000. I was like, well, and then somebody told me about this site, and again, Freelancer bought it, but a site kind of similar to this. So I went to the site and I posted the project, same project I'd given to this US based programming company. And from there, I got a guy that bid $1,000 here in America. I was like, oh, 1/5 of what this other people said. And then this other guy posted like $850. And I'm like, oh man, it's even cheaper. And next guy posted $500 and then $200. And finally, there was this dude in Romania. His name was Cyprian. And he said, hey, I think I can do this project pretty quick. I'll give you, if you pay me $20, I'll get it done. I'll have it done by morning. I was like, you know what? I don't have $5,000. I don't have $1,000. I don't even have $500. I do have $20. So I like, worst case, I lose $20. I accepted this guy named Cyprian, paid him the $20, and the next morning I woke up and he gave me the software product. It worked perfectly. And I was so excited, I gave him another 100. So he made $120 off me. That became my very first software product I started selling. And that product did, I don't know, $30,000 or $40,000 in sales for me. And before we kind of closed it down. And that came off of a $120 investment. Okay, that's what's cool about freelancer.com and odesk.com is you can get people to help you with all these menial tasks that just would drive you crazy and get it done for insanely cheap. And most of these people, you guys, are so much more talented than we could ever dream of being. Okay, I've got programmers in Romania right now who, like, if these guys were American programmers, would be, I don't know, $150,000, $200,000 a year. And when I first hired them, I was paying them $100 a week. Okay, there's people who have PhDs in English and writing that would write better than any of us could ever dream of. You can get for $3 an hour. Okay, it's really pretty amazing. And so, any of these tasks that you guys are like, this is confusing for me, I don't know what to do. You can go to odesk.com or freelancer.com and get someone to do it. Okay, if you guys remember the step I told you about, the Techy Step right here, back here, right, with GoDaddy, Cloudflare, ClickFunnels. If you're like, I don't get that, Russell's a moron, I don't understand what he just said, you can go to Odesk and say, hey, for $5, can you point my DNS from GoDaddy to Cloudflare to ClickFunnels? And literally for $5, somebody would do it for you. Okay, so anytime you get stuck on something, guys, just realize that there's people smarter than you who work for so much cheaper than you to get it done, and it's very, very easy. Okay, so what I was saying is kind of come back to this, right? I create my outline, and then I can go and I can create PowerPoint slides from it. I can go and I can hire someone to do whatever it takes, but creating kind of this thing, and then when it's done, I can go and open up PowerPoint. I can there's software like I use a product called Camtasia. It's a couple $100 for Camtasia, or you can use there's ScreenFlow for the Mac, which is really good as well. Where basically you just set up you just click a button, it'll record your screen. You set up a microphone, and you talk, and you just teach yourself going through your slides. Okay, right now as I'm recording this, I got Camtasia running right now because guess what, guys? I'm not doing this just one time. I'm turning this into an evergreen product that I can sell forever. That's part of why I'm recording. That's why I'm doing this right now, because I want this to make me money today, tomorrow, and forever. Okay, the whole goal with this, you guys, anytime you create something and you record it, you never have to record it again. The product's done. Okay, Liz talked about it. She created her webinar, or created her training course, and it took her a couple weeks to get it done, but now it's done. She doesn't have to create it again. It's not like an English teacher in high school where you got to teach that same lesson every single day for the rest of your life. You create it once and you're done. Okay, and that's how you do it. You create the presentation, open up Camtasia or ScreenFlow or whatever it is you're going to use, and then just record it. A couple people asking for those resources. Camtasia you can get at techsmith.com. It's Camtasia. I don't know what they charge for it, but it's worth it. I promise you that. Oh, they got a free trial. So you can go get a free trial and just use it, or you can buy it. So that's techsmith.com for that. So $300 to buy it, or you can get a trial and just make all your videos while the trial's still. I think you have a 30-day trial. So you can make your entire course before TechSmith even bills you. And then I think it's screenflow.com for the Mac. Camtasia works for the Mac and the PC, actually. And screenflow.com is the Mac equivalent. But those are very, very good things to do. Now, if some of you guys don't like doing the video stuff, you don't have to do PowerPoints either. You can just set up a camera and just talk in front of it. Or if you want, you can do it all through audio. Okay, a lot of our students don't do any visual. They just set up a microphone and they record themselves doing audio, teaching their thing. Okay, that's a possibility as well. One of the best ways to do it as well, to get this whole process done and over with, kind of like ripping a Band-Aid off, is call up like 5 or 10 or 15 of your friends who might be interested in this. Okay, I think this is how I'm gonna do life hacking secrets. Is I'm just gonna call a bunch of my friends who keep asking me what I'm doing, how are you making so much money, Russell? How do you have so much energy? How are you doing these things? And just say, hey guys, I'm gonna do a workshop in my house. It's gonna be like 5 or 6 hours long. It's called Life Hacking Secrets. If you want to come to it, come for free. It's gonna be awesome. And then I'm gonna set up a video camera at my house, bring my friends and family, and I'm just gonna record myself teaching them my system. And then those videos from me recording it can become the training that someone gets inside of my system. Okay, so again, there's a lot of ways to do this, you guys. It's just kind of sitting down and just recording yourself, putting that information out there into the world. Okay, all right. Let's see. Okay. All right, so what I'm going to do right now as you start kind of creating this stuff, you guys, this is where ClickFunnels starts coming in. Okay, so for those of you guys who don't know what ClickFunnels yet, ClickFunnels is a website builder that allows you to build not just a website, but a sales funnel. Okay, and there's a lot of types of sales funnels. There's opt-in funnels, there's sales funnels, there's, in fact, if I click on add new funnel, you'll see them all right here, right? An opt-in funnel, which is basically, it's a two-step funnel. Step one, someone gives